Yo, what's going on, guys? Mikey back here, and today we'll be recapping the Hawks-Nuggets game from yesterday, December 17th. Hawks defense was non-existent yet again. 133 to 115, Nuggets win the game. And really, this game was lost in the first half. The second quarter, to be more specific. As we look at my second monitor here, I have the stats and box score and summary up here. The Nuggets scored 43 points in the second quarter. It was a 3-point game after the first quarter. Both teams were kind of struggling a bit. The Nuggets started off hot in the first half of the first quarter, and then got slower towards the end. The Hawks started off slow and then picked it up towards the end of the first quarter. So it was a close game throughout the first quarter. But the second quarter, man, things changed. 43 points by the Nuggets in the second quarter, and most of that without Nikola Jokic on the floor. That can't happen. When you beat the Nuggets, and as injured as they are without Jamal Murray, PJ Dozier, Michael Porter Jr., you have to win the minutes when Jokic is off the floor. And simply, the Hawks weren't able to do that. And I said in the pregame space, before that, the Hawks needed to win those minutes, or else we would definitely lose. And sure enough, we lost. I was at the game. The energy wasn't like it was in previous games, to be honest. Like at that Nets game, the energy was 100%. Felt great throughout the entire game, even when the Hawks were down and we made a run. Before we made that run in the fourth quarter, the energy was great. But in this game, even the energy wasn't really that great in the first quarter. And then since the second quarter, the Hawks were basically down 20 for most of the game. We cut it to 14 at one point. But a costly turnover in that possession led the Nuggets to getting that lead back up to 19 points. And from then on, Hawks just couldn't find a rhythm. And our offense was fine. 115 points, that's great. But 133 points to this Nuggets team. And I know Jokic is really good. He's my favorite player in the NBA besides all the Hawks players. And yeah, he's a great player, top 3 MVP candidate for sure. But again, no excuses. 133 points, too many. They scored 43 points in the second, 34 points in the third. Those were the two glaring quarters. They scored 29 and 27 in the first and fourth quarter, which Hawks could be better. But the Hawks themselves scored 26, 28, 33, and 28. So that's fine. Our defense, we just have to give some effort on defense. There were 2 lead changes in this game. That was it. And turnovers were close, 15-14. Bench points, Denver led the way with 51 to 34. And yeah, that's my take on the game. Honestly, now let's head on to the box score. And this box score is going to be ugly. Box score is definitely going to be ugly. Let's start with the visiting team, the Nuggets. Aaron Gordon, 30 minutes, 16 points, 1 block, 3 assists, 3 rebounds, 2 for 4 from 3, 5 for 8 from the field. He had a great game defensively as well. And for some reason, I'll talk about Trey Young and Aaron Gordon's matchup a little bit. They put Aaron Gordon on him towards the end of the game and towards halftime, and it really worked out for them. Trey Young, for some reason, I maybe didn't know that Aaron Gordon was an elite perimeter defender, and he tried to act like it was a mismatch and tried to sauce him up with some fancy dribbles and handles, and that was confusing to me because Aaron Gordon's always been an elite defender in his career. So I wonder if Trey did the scouting report or did something like there, but I'll talk about that more when we get to Trey. Jeff Green played 31 minutes, had a great game. 8 for 13 from the field, 4 for 9 from 3, 20 points, 1 block, 4 assists, 5 rebounds. So excellent game from the veteran Jeff Green there. It's been solid career. Even though he's older now, he's still definitely a quality NBA player. Nikola Jokic only had to play 26 minutes in this one to get a large victory. He was in foul trouble for most of the night, so that can explain a lot. But another efficient night for him. 8 for 12 from the field, 1 for 2 from 3, 20 points, 3 steals, 7 assists, 10 rebounds. And I've been saying this for a long time. Nikola Jokic, for all the slander he gets on defense, his steals are always up there. He's really good at stripping the ball from the ball handler when they're driving into the paint, anticipating passes. While he might not be the best paint defender in terms of blocking or contesting shots, he gets his steal numbers. Are always up there. So gotta give credit to him where credit's due. Jokic being a great defender in that regard. Will Barton, 27 minutes, 2 for 10 from the field, 1 for 5 from 3. So an inefficient night from Will Barton. You're going to get those from him time to time. Only finished with 5 points. He had 2 blocks, 4 assists, and 7 rebounds. So he filled up the stat sheet all right. But you're going to get inefficient nights from scorers like Will Barton. Sometimes shot is off. Monte Morris, 8 for 13 from the field, 3 for 5 from 3. 21 points, 2 assists, 1 steal, 3 rebounds. And Trey Young could not play defense on him. He was losing Trey Young. The Hawks tried a zone defense, and Trey Young didn't know what to do with him there. Trey Young was losing him on screens, and Monte Morris 3 for 5 from 3. So Monte Morris, he's good. He's never going to turn the ball over. He had only 1 turnover. He'd actually 0 turnovers tonight, and that's one great thing about Monte Morris. His assist to turnover ratio is always going to be incredible, and he had a great game against us last night. Facu Campazzo, 19 minutes, 3 for 5 from the field, 1 for 2 from 3, for 7 points, 8 assists, and 3 steals. His passing destroyed us. Jokic and Facu, really, their passing tonight, they put on a clinic, both of them. And it's crazy to have those 2 guys on one team with the playmaking that they have. So great game from Facu there. Zeke Naji played 16 minutes, not much in the box score for him. Bones Hyland. Career night for him. 24 points, 2 blocks, 2 assists, 4 rebounds, 8 for 11 from the field, 4 for 5 from 3. And Bones and Facu off the bench were destroying our backcourt. Trey Young and Lou Williams were. Nate McMillan was one of the most stupidest decisions I've ever seen him make. Trey Young and Lou Williams on the court at the same time, again, 2 defensive strong liabilities against Facu Campazzo and Bones Hyland, 2 great offensive players, fast and can play make and can shoot. That's a recipe for disaster, and that's where we lost those minutes in the second quarter. With Jokic out, they still lost those minutes because we played Lou Williams and Trey Young versus Facu Campazzo and Bones Hyland, which is just crazy to me. But Bones going to be a great NBA player, I feel like, for a long time. I think he's got a bright future, and 24 points, career high for him. So congrats to him on a great game. 17 minutes for Austin Rivers, 5 for 9 from the field, 1 for 4 from 3 for 11 points, not much else. Vlatko Kanchar, 16 minutes, 3 for 3 from the field, so he finished with 6 points, had 2 steals. So good 16 minutes from Vlatko there, and then Peter Corneli just played garbage time minutes and not much hit for there. Now to the Hawks. Again, Nate McMillan started Timothé Luwawu-Cabarrot. 1 for 5 from the field, 1 for 4 from 3, 5 points, 1 steal, 2 assists, 2 rebounds. So, typical TLC game, not doing much out there. John Collins, another great game from John Collins. Great to see. 32 minutes, 7 for 13 from the field, 1 for 4 from 3. He had 20 points, 2 steals, 2 assists, 10 rebounds. So great job from John Collins there. He's having multiple great games now, and he's starting to find his rhythm. Great lobs from Trey. Even has some post touches that I liked. So great to see John doing that. Clint Capella, 24 minutes, 7 for 10 from the field, 15 points, 11 rebounds, 1 assist, 3 blocks. Another great game from Clint Capella. His free throws shooting always going to be the best. 1 for 5 from the free throw line. Needs to get better at that. I know he's working with Bogey in the offseason, so hopefully he can work with him a little bit more to try to fix up those free throws. But Clint's been playing pretty well over the last few games. I don't really think there's much wrong except for the layups, but he's really not been missing many layups the last few games. He's just not had a lot of shot opportunities as well. But he's not a post player. He's not a guy like John Collins who can play in the post back to the basket or face up. So he relies on Trey a lot, and I think Clint's been playing very well the last few games. Kevin Huerter struggled mightily again. It's the 3 games in a row now where Kayvon's shot was off. Hopefully he can get it going. 32 minutes, 3 for 9 from the field, 1 for 4 from 3, 7 points, 4 assists, 3 rebounds. So not a great night from Kevin Huerter at all. Now Trey Young. I have a lot to say on Trey Young in this game. 33 minutes, 12 for 27 from the field, 1 for 6 from 3. So not very efficient from 3 there was Trey for the second game in a row. Good counting stats though, 34 points, 2 steals, 10 assists, 3 rebounds. And for Trey, I have to see some effort on the defensive end. Just some effort. I know you're doing everything for the offense with Bogey out, with DeAndre out. And then we'll get to Onyeka in a second, who came back, who looked great. But I got to see some effort on defense. I mean, when the Hawks went into a zone, Trey was in the top of a 2-3 zone. He did not know what to do. Monte Morris was shifting along the 3-point line, and Trey Young just lost him every single time. He would either, when the zone would shift to the right, Trey Young wouldn't leave his area to the left, and they wouldn't shift as a unit. Trey's defensive IQ is really concerning me right now, and I know that Trey is our superstar. He's in MVP. He should be in the MVP conversation, probably top 10 for sure. But he needs to try some on defense, give some effort. And while Trey had a great game today, low turnovers as well. Trey had only 4 turnovers to 10 assists, so that was pretty decent. But as far as the defensive end, Monte Morris, Facu Campazzo, Bones Hyland were destroying Trey Young, and it needs to be some level of effort on defense. Danilo Gallinari struggled with his shot tonight. He's been playing very well the past 2 weeks, so I'm not too concerned about it. 21 points, 1 for 7 from the field, 1 for 3 from 3, 8 points, 1 assist, 4 rebounds. DeLon Wright didn't do much. 15 minutes, 2 for 2 from the field, 1 for 1 from 3, so he had 5 points. 3 turnovers from DeLon and no assists. So he had a horrible game. 3 turnovers and no assists. I'm wishing DeLon could be more aggressive and be better. We've seen it in the past. Cam Reddish, 14 minutes. Now this is crazy. Timothé Luwawu-Cabarrot, TLC, 33 minutes. Cam Reddish, 14 minutes. I don't know what is going on, but that can't happen. Cam Reddish should not be on a minutes restriction right now. I don't think he was. He played 20-something minutes before. I don't think he's on a minutes restriction. It wasn't said before the game, but it is crazy that he only played 14 minutes. In those 14 minutes, 2 for 5 from the field, 1 for 2 from 3 for 7 points, and no other stats. So not a great game from Reddish right there at all. Lou Williams was awful tonight. 10 minutes, 1 for 3 from the field for 2 points and 2 assists. So both DeLon and Lou gave us nothing. And when Lou isn't giving anything on offense, he's not giving you a defense. At least DeLon's playing defense. But, still, both of them are pretty terrible right now. And Onyeka played 13 minutes, 4 for 4 from the field, 2 for 2 from the line, 2 rebounds, 1 steal, 10 points. So great to see from Onyeka Okongwu. His confidence, he shot the ball with confidence, shot from the free throw line, great. So great to see Onyeka defending the paint too as well. And I'm excited to see him play for the rest of the season. He looked great. And it's only going to look better as the season goes on, as it gets healthy. And then Sharif Cooper and Gorgie Zhang played garbage time minutes while Gorgie added a bucket there. So for overall, not a great game. The Hawks allowed the Nuggets to shoot 58% from 2s and 44% from 3, while for the Hawks we shot 46 on 2s and 29 on 3s. So that can't really be happening. So we actually out-rebounded them. We out-rebounded them 37. No, we got rebounded by 1. But we had 6 more offensive rebounds than them. So really, our defense non-existent, and that's simple does it. But anyways, so that'll be the recap. I know this is kind of a longer recap, but we'll be doing another recap for the Cavs-Hawks game coming up tomorrow. Hopefully, the Hawks can right the ship again and try some on the defensive end, because we know the offense will be there, as is customary for the Hawks these last few nights. But I'll speak to you guys then. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.